It's that time of the week again. Time for the only segment in boxing that gives you the facts and makes you laugh. It's Clapback Thursday. Okay, so I'm slammed this week in Dallas promoting Virgil Ortiz. We have his press conference coming up in a few hours live on DAZN, but news came out this week that I cannot ignore. And one of my enemies is in boiling hot shit. And I mean that stinky, smelly, hot lava coming out of me like lava. Cow dung fire out of my ass type of shit.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm talking about. So, my friend Dana White and the UFC are being investigated by the FBI for allegedly fixing over 100 fights.
100.
With the latest one over the weekend, that was incredibly suspicious. I mean, wow.
Every week there's chaos in combat sports, but this week, this one is different. Because this isn't some small drama. This isn't two fighters beefing on Twitter. This isn't a press conference shove. This is the FBI stepping into the world of combat sports and putting a spotlight on something fans have been whispering about for years. Fight manipulation, fixing, shady money. And now, suddenly, it's front page, it's trending, and everyone is finally realizing how deep the rot truly runs. People act shocked, but anyone who's been close to this world for a long time, this was always coming. The signs were there. You just needed to pay attention. Combat sports is not only about skill, sweat, legacy, pride, belts, and champions. There's another side. A darker side. A business side that is not shown in promos.
Is anybody really surprised?
Hell no.
No.
Told you, all he wants is our money.
Ariel Helwani, who is the voice of MMA, spent the last few days digging deeper into this matter.
And my understanding is that this is not an isolated incident. And what I mean by that is I have talked to multiple people who have either experienced or know of others who experienced situations where they have been approached about their willingness to do something like this. So I have been told by multiple people that they have been approached, they have been talked to, and said, are you interested in this? Are you interested in throwing a fight for X amount of dollars?
I've been trying to tell you guys, these TKO guys are scumbags. And now they're trying to change the Muhammad Ali Act to fuck boxers over. Get the fuck out of our sport.
Now get the fuck out of here.
Everything you touch turns to absolute shit.
He's shit everywhere.
And
Not talked about in interviews and not included in the highlight reels. There are backdoor conversations, there are hidden agendas, and there are powerful men who absolutely do not care about fairness or integrity. All they care about is control. Control of matchmaking, control of narrative, control of revenue, control of who rises and who falls. And when corruption becomes normal, scandals like this are no surprise. It becomes expected. Now, look what's happening. Agents, warrants, investigations, names being whispered, fighters being questioned. The public suddenly realizing that maybe the outcomes they screamed about on Twitter were never fully natural. Maybe someone somewhere was pulling strings long before the first punch was thrown. For years, some promoters have behaved like the sport was their personal casino. They control who fights who. They control rankings. They control contracts. They control the destinies of fighters who are literally...
now you have the FBI crawling up your ass? Good fucking luck. I mean, look, is there any young boxer who is crazy enough to fuck their careers by signing with your shit league?
No.
They want their own rules. They want their own belt, their own ring, their own sanction to do exactly what they've done with the UFC.
It's all a fugazi.
Which landed them a $400 million suit from former fighters and now a federal investigation into illegal activity.
We just had an office full of FBI agents in here.
I mean, we'll see how that pans out. Dana's shirt is definitely stressed at this point, and he's having a terrible week. But guess what?
Not me. I'm in my prime.
I'm having a great week. See you Saturday.
risking their brain cells to make a living. And when you have that much power and that much money involved, temptation grows like a monster. Some fighters have hinted it. Some coaches have hinted it. Some insiders have leaked it. But the mainstream audience ignored it because the drama was way more entertaining. But guess what? The drama is now becoming evidence. And every fan who used to say, "Nah, that looked shady," suddenly looks smart. And let me tell you something about fighters. 90% of them are loyal to the sport. 90% are there because they love the craft. They want to win honestly. They want to build legacy. But when a corrupt system surrounds a fighter, that fighter becomes a victim. These athletes are the product. They do the bleeding. They do the training. They take the surgery bills. They take the concussion damage. While guys in suits sit on yachts and make phone calls to decide their careers for them. This is the cold truth of combat sports business. And now we are at the moment where the bubble is bursting, where the world outside the fight bubble, federal institutions, legal systems, are finally stepping in. Because there's one thing the government cares about more than anything: financial crime. Once they smell money being manipulated illegally, they do not stop. They do not blink. They do not care about the fame of the promoters or the popularity of the company. They follow the money. And if there were 100 fights manipulated, that means this wasn't a single accidental incident. That means this was a pattern. Organized, calculated, repeated. Which means the sport is about to be shaken from the ground up. And here's the craziest part. This is happening at the exact same time big corporations are trying to expand control even further, trying to push their influence into boxing, trying to twist rules, trying to rewrite acts, trying to control fighters like chess pieces. It's not enough for them to dominate one combat sport. They want them all. They want every belt, every sanction, every market. They want to own the entire fight industry like a monopoly board. But this FBI situation? This could be a new wall blocking their expansion. Because now the world sees the true face. Now the world sees what happens when power is unchecked. Now young fighters will think twice before signing contracts that destroy their autonomy and their freedom. Because fighters finally realized, if you sign with the wrong people, you don't just sign a contract, you sign away your destiny. That's why the future of combat sports belongs to the independent fighters, the ones who own their brand, who pick their team, who enter the ring on their own terms, not the terms of corporations pretending to be sports families. Fans respect authenticity. Fans respect warriors. Fans respect the ones who fight for real legacy, not for manipulated scripts. So while some executives are sweating right now, while suits are panicking, while lawyers are preparing statements, real fighters out there are training, focused, ready to prove that combat sports is still pure at its core. Because even if corruption grows in the shadows, the ring always exposes the truth.
Sunday, live on the Zone from Dallas, Fort Worth. Virgil Ortiz, let's go. So just remember, kids, you're never a hater if you only speak the facts.